Morning! How are we all? Fantastic to have you here. Beautiful, another beautiful morning. How lucky are we that we can get out in this at the moment. So bear with me while everybody's just joining in and logging in. I shall let you have a nose at the beautiful view. Move me Diet Coke. There we go. How is that for a view? Beautiful, isn't it? So lucky. So lucky. You can see, actually, if I do that as well. Oops, the daisies. You can see, can't you? Hang on. Let me work out how I'm doing that way around. Good morning, Lindsay. You can see where they were replanting the other week. It's coming together, isn't it? Let me move that back where it was. There we go. Right, pull that there. Do that. This is what happens when I start messing with my screen. Yay! There we go. Back to normal size. Back to normal size. So, you don't need to be seeing my straw either, do you? I've got both puppies here. I did try just putting him outside, but he looked at me with eyes. I thought, I can't leave him out. So, I'm just hoping he doesn't bark. It's where I am. I feel like... Morning, Em. I feel like I've just done something to the screen. Sorry, everyone. Messing with the screen. There we go. There we go. Yay! Fantastic to have you with me. We were just looking at the view, actually, behind me. How pretty is that? The chunks of bread, just in case you are wondering. Just realised you can see all them. We had a couple that were just two baps that had a bit of green on them. So I've thrown them out into the field. I've put some there. And I can watch Crow Wars later on, because they have this real thing with the magpies at the moment. There we go. Morning, Michelle. How you doing? Just bear with us for a moment. Yeah, I'll let you watch the birds behind me. Just a regular little dicky bird. Morning, Linda. There we go. I'm literally just watching that slide down. Bear with me a sec while I try and make that tighter. No, don't want to play. You alright, bud? He's making some funny noises behind me, that boy. Yay! There we go. I can see I'm going to have to get a piece of blue tack to hold that together. Technology. At its best. I need to get some blue tack, she says. Morning, Mum. Morning, Kimberly. Morning, Matt. How you all doing? Thank you all of you for being here. I was just admiring the view. Morning, Alison. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. Hi, Jane. The camera won't stay up today. Oh well. Put a dress on today. This actually wasn't the dress that I was going in the wardrobe to put on. However, when I put it on, I was like, oh, that's not what I went in for. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Debbie. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you, everyone. There we go. Hi, Lise. That's going to drive me crackers. Right, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get some blue tack because that'll drive me mad. Just enjoy the view. I'll be honest with you, I could find blue tack that easily. Impresses me. I think we're alright. Right, I'll move back a bit now. Right. Morning, everyone. How are we all? It's great to be here. Did you guys... Lovely cushion. Was it sliding down? Was it all scrunched up? It probably was. Right. I'll tickle with that lovely cushion. So this week we've been talking, haven't we, about yesterday we're looking at our safety plan, and I wanted to expand on that if that was okay. I just felt like yesterday, and what was lovely, I got some lovely messages afterwards. Sorry, I'm just looking at a blue tag. Some lovely messages afterwards to say that's actually where people were starting to be, that they want to go out now. They've done the 12 weeks, they're wanting to go out in a safe way, but the fear from it was still was obviously still there. Why would it disappear just because someone said, actually, as of today, you can change your mind, you can go out? So yesterday I'm going to go through quickly some of the points we covered yesterday, and then expand on some of the ones that we didn't get round to doing, because I felt like I talked enough yesterday. I really did kind of go off on tangents yesterday, but I just felt it was really important. So what we looked at was about having a plan. Morning, Diane. And being prepared. And this goes for anything. If ever we've been worried over something and we need to start going back to some kind of normality. I struggled with this, nothing to do with COVID. I think when you've been inside of the house, if we've been ill, or we've had to stay in for whatever reason, we've had anxiety or depression, to go back out again, it's quite a big step. So for me, these are some of the points that we can follow, but it's about making sure at all times you feel safe. So for me, when we're able to go out, so I'll give you the two versions. So there was one particular time I can remember. I remember going into Debenhams, but like I said, this is pre-COVID, but I want to give you the two examples of it. It was pre-COVID, and I'd gone to Debenhams at Cheshire Oaks. I was there as it opened at silly o'clock, went in, looked round, really enjoyed it. However, it was a Saturday, and within kind of 3/4 of an hour, it was also on the run up to Christmas, which is why I went really early. Morning, Amanda. Why I went really early. All of a sudden, that you could feel the energy change. You could feel this kind of people coming in and this hustle and bustle. I thought, oh, I don't like this anymore. So what I did, and I talk about this a lot in my classes, is when you're able to, is I always know where I can go for a cup of tea. So yesterday we was talking about having something in your bag or something with you. So if, now we're in COVID, if you had to go and queue at a supermarket, or you were going for a walk, is have something with you so that if you do feel that overwhelmed, you're able to have it. And I remember, if you saw us laughing, you laughed down buckets. We looked yesterday about how you can distract yourself, and that's what I did when I was in Debenhams. I took myself off, had a cup of tea, and just felt myself calming down again. Because sometimes it just comes from nowhere. It's just like, you're like, why did I feel like that? And I remember specifically the one at Cheshire Oaks, you can look over the balcony at Debenhams and you can see people running to get, I mean, who needs to run to get into Debenhams or anywhere, quite frankly? It's way overrated running. But why would you have to run on a Saturday to go and get your shopping? But because it was Christmas, it was this horrible hustle and bustle. And I have a feeling that I think, was it a 3-hour wait yesterday to get into IKEA? Why would you do that? Just, sorry if anybody did do that, but why would you do that? Why? It's 3 hours of your life to go into IKEA. No, is the answer for me. But again, do you remember yesterday? Let me go through these points quickly, but I'll try to expand on them a little bit more and give you some examples. So we were talking about being prepared and making a plan. We're not going to set ourselves up to fail. So if we've not been out for a long time and we're really fearful, the one thing we don't want to do is go and join that queue at IKEA, because that's going to be with a lot of people, a heck of a lot of people. And the thing is, what you'd be really, really careful of, and I'm going to give you another example of this, is pre-COVID, but again, you can see how this would fit in. Is I was coming back from my mum's last year. Mum lives over in Spain, and I was at the airport. Morning, Lou. I was at the airport and queuing for something to eat and a drink in the airport, and I had my Kindle. So as soon as I got myself in the queue, I got my Kindle out. Morning, Rach. And the reason I do that is so I don't get caught up in what's going on around me, because airports, actually, there's a lot of anxieties and fears around. So it actually you see why it'd be quite similar. I love flying. I love being in an airport, but a lot of people don't. So I pick my Kindle up while I'm waiting for the queue to go down. And as I'm looking at this, now in front of me, there's a young lady with her boyfriend, probably about 19, 20, something like that, who is talking herself into a panic attack. And what I mean by talking herself into a panic attack is that instead of kind of acknowledging I'm feeling a particular way, she then continued with the conversation until she had worked herself into bordering on a panic attack. So instead of saying I feel this way or I'm worried about this, it then continued. Now, bless her other half, he did a brilliant job of trying to calm her down. And I'm reading my Kindle and I'm kind of looking up and I'm reading my Kindle. I'm thinking, Nick, this is nothing to do with you, right? Nothing to do with you. Just mind your own business. But I'm thinking she's going to go in a minute. Anyway, in the end, I did intervene because she was getting herself really worked up. And just kind of spoke to her, got her to do some breathing, got her to kind of notice her feet were on the floor. And also another technique which you're able to do for yourself is there's these pressure points around your hands. And what you're able to do, and I'll do it this way, is you're able to, sit like that, press. Just try that now. Just put your hand up. Sorry, it's not helpful when I do it in front of my face, is it there? That bit there, just work your way around. Just the squodgy bit. Hi, Dawn. Oh, the blue tack stopped working, hasn't it? Put my blue tack back. There we go, that's better. Work your way around. And the idea is you work your way around with your thumb into the middle bit. And it's pressure points. And what that does is to do with acupuncture. I find that one there the best. It's about releasing pressure. And also, because what you're doing then is you're focusing on touch. So yesterday we did the finger breathing, didn't we? Where we were looking what we were doing, we were listening to what we were doing, and we were observing and feeling as well. So this is similar, that you're able to do this. So I did this with this young lady. I've seen people do this with people who are really on the edge, and it just brings people down. It just grounds you. It brings you back into your body instead of your head and into your chest and worrying about it. So I did a little bit of work with her, and I think that's why I wanted to explain that to you, because what happens as well is if we're minding our own business and we're in a queue somewhere, or we've got to go somewhere, we've got to go to the doctors to pick a prescription, I've got to go to the chemist, somewhere where we have to go, and we're there, and you look round, you might be feeling okay, but you might find the person next to you isn't, and if you're not careful, it works. Press that point, breathe better. It does work. It's weird. It does work. It's one of those really weird things that you tell people and they go, what? But it does work. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've not only ever seen it, I've used it as well a couple of times with people. Is you will pick up other people's anxieties if you're not careful. So there's a couple of things that I do when that happens. Is one, so if I'm going somewhere and I need to close myself down, so i.e. I am not collecting everything. I like my job. I'm good at my job, for I'm able to pick up empathy from others, so I'm able to have an understanding of what's going on, which is brilliant for work. It's not so brilliant if I just walk around with that open and everybody else can dump their energies on me. So I've learned the hard way, probably like you all have, somewhere along the line, that actually when I go somewhere I have to close myself down, but not in a way that means that I'm totally switched off and kind of I'm a wall, because I've been there and done that as well. So this is about how can I keep myself feeling safe without picking up everybody else's negativity or their anxieties or their fears. Got my own, thanks, don't need anybody else's. So the way that I do this, I'm going to show you, then I'll explain it, because I can't do the two things at the same time, and you'll see why. So this is about taking the end of your tongue and putting it to the roof of your mouth. It is this simple. So it's just that. And again, that's about joining meridian points up. It does a couple of things, I'll be honest with you. One, it reminds me not to let anything in. So already I've changed my mindset. I'm not just wandering around collecting it, Have we heard of energy vampires? Have we heard of those before? Where people literally come along and you're talking to someone and they walk off and they're feeling really good and you're thinking, what happened? I feel like the life's been drained out of me. We've all met those people. We all avoid those people too, don't we? Yes, is the answer to that question. Yes, Nikki, that's what we do. But actually, if you've got to spend time with someone who pinches, who steals your energy, and a lot of people don't realise they're doing it, some people do, by the way, this is a really good way to attach your tongue to the top of your mouth. Nobody knows you're doing it. And you're sending a message as well that actually this isn't okay. The other thing that I will say, if I feel like I've collected something, and like I say, you can be walking around the supermarket minding your own business, and all of a sudden it's like, what is that? And the other thing I'll say quietly, I'll say it out loud because this will well freak people out, but say it, maybe say it in your head, is, sorry, I washed my hair this morning, that piece of hair is just right. It's right in me. I'm fully aware that I keep doing that. I'm really sorry. Is I'll say to myself, if this isn't mine, please let it go. Because if it's not supposed to be with you, it's us that keeps hold of it. So if we feel a particular way, we then try to explore it. Why do I feel like that? What you're doing is you're keeping hold of it. Whereas actually, it's about having a little bit of control as well. The other way that you're able to feel protected when you go somewhere, and I've just seen Dawn put it up actually as well, it's about creating your own bubble or your own shield. Lots of people do this in lots of different ways. It's whatever makes you feel comfortable. So it would be that before you get out of the car or before you leave the house, what you're doing is at home, we've created our safe space. So we've talked about that quite a lot, haven't we? Do you remember when it was cold? Do you remember those days when we had blankets? But we was talking about, making you feel, when we first whole started, it's about how do you make home feel safe, your new safe space, because we needed that. So we've done that. How can you take that with you when you go out? I'm going to suggest in this weather, don't take a blanket with you, take it around with you. Again, they will move, people will part. If you do that, they will move. However, what you're able to do is take that safety with you, that sense of safety with you. So it's taking that with you, putting it inside and taking a clear bubble around you. Just imagine that you've got this most beautiful bubble, and inside this bubble, create whatever colours you want. If you want it to be pink and fluffy, make it pink and fluffy. If you just want it clear and personal, whatever you want, it's up to your imagination. And that is what we'll cover when we do our meditation later on, is helping us find that safe space. Some people like it where it's just an armour, like a shield, that you're able to take out with you. Whatever works best for you, that is what we're going to look at. But I really want to concentrate this week on how we can feel safe when we go out. We talked yesterday a lot about not setting ourselves up. So, like I say, if we haven't been out for a while, the one thing we ain't going to be doing is going joining the queue at IKEA. I just think that's quite a big step. Unless that's what you really want to do. And if you really want to do it, please do. I have no problem with that. But this is for anybody who's kind of thinking, I've not been out for quite some time. I'd like to take that first step, but I'd like to do it in a safe place. And I'd like to do it in a safe way. So we talked about not going out at the height of noon. So if I went to the park where I usually go in the morning, I'll guarantee it'll be a lot busier now than it was at 7:30 this morning. So it's about getting your timings right. The other thing is if you're able to, and of course it is if you're able to, is can you meet someone there? Doing it safely, obviously, or can you take somebody with you? Take your phone with you. Just in case, can you get hold of someone, or could you text someone if needs be? Just to change your mindset. If you're somewhere and it's getting on top of you, get Facebook out. Distract yourself. We're all here for each other. We might not literally be able to speak to each other, but if you're somewhere, you could just flick through, and sometimes seeing those friendly faces. Listen to this again. Put a mindfulness one. Put something on that makes you feel, just brings you back to that safe space. So I'm hoping that's helped today. I'm just going to double check the ones that we went through yesterday to make sure I've not missed any. So we talked about not setting ourselves up, small trips to somewhere that we feel safe, picking a quieter time to do it, start small, and I added this morning, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can remove yourself. So I went to Debenhams, this was before COVID, was going to run up to Christmas, and I went. I had a lovely time, but then I started to feel quite panicky. So I removed myself. I took myself off, got myself a cup of tea. Maybe put a bottle of water in your bag or something if you're able to. Just take yourself off, sit yourself down, get yourself grounded again, look around you, take a moment, just look at the sky and listen to the birds. Use your senses. So that also will change that you can't even do anything, you can't even get out. Oh, I'm such an idiot, I'm letting people down. No, you're not. You're not. How you're feeling is how you're feeling. And we would be, let's be honest, we would be the first ones to say to our best friends, no, I understand that. So I'm trying to, as much as we all can, get us to be that empathetic person to ourselves as well. So we're going to look at taking a distraction, just in case. So we talks about headphones, Kindle, colouring in book, whatever works in your world. We're going to remember to breathe. So we've got the finger breathing, which we looked at yesterday, and then we're looking also at being able to press your hands. Also, if it helps, hear me in your head saying to you, can you feel your feet on the floor? Relax your shoulders. It's having a little script. Remember to put your tongue to the roof of your mouth. All these little actions that you're doing is disengaging from this, and this is the bit because you've thought it, you felt it, and we're now going to create something. So we're stopping all of that, we're changing that record. We're not going to get caught up in other people's worries, which is why, to start off with, I would suggest not going in and standing in a 3-hour queue at IKEA, because you'll have some people who are fine, some people who are worried, some people who are anxious. You are, if you're not careful, going to collect that. Are you going to go with someone? If you are, make sure that's someone who is able to calm you down, not someone who will make that anxiety worse, or someone who will dismiss you by giving you that, or you think you're being silly, you're being over. You need either to be on your own or be with someone who's understanding, and have that phone with you so that you can just flick through while you're in the queue, completely just look at something positive, change what you're doing, and make it a treat. So make it something that you want to do. If you have to go to the chemist or you have to go to the doctors, go with plenty of time. Don't go last minute. Even if you're just sitting in the car outside, don't add any more anxiety to what's already going on. And practice. So practice. If you've got to go to the doctors on a Thursday, practice on a Monday, a Tuesday and a Wednesday. Just going out into the car and going for a little stroll that's somewhere that's safe to you. So when it comes to it on Thursday, it's not this massive thing. You're just practicing a little bit. If you want to go out and we're going walking the dog, or we want to go and go for a walk with a friend, which we're able to do these days, as long as we're keeping our distances, do it. But maybe look at just doing a short walk, or just meeting up and then going back home, or trying it yourself on your own first. Whatever works for you. I'm trying to give you lots of different alternatives here, but don't be hard on yourselves. If you try it and actually you don't get out the door, that is absolutely fine. You got up, you had the thought, that's your first step, and then from that, right, do you know what, I'm going to go outside the door today. Right, okay, I've stood outside the gate now. All right, the world hasn't ended, I'm okay. Okay, maybe I'll just do about 10 steps. All right, and you can come back. Or you might do your 10 steps and go, oh, all right, I'll try another 10 steps. Give yourself, I'm going to get to that tree. All right. You've got to build that confidence back up. You've got to build that confidence back up. You're not being silly. We're not being pathetic. We're not being stupid. We're not being childish. We're dealing with real fears here. So this is how we can take our steps to get over these fears. You're right, actually, Dawn. Love that. Even just walking to the gate and coming back. Okie dokie. Right. So I would like today in our meditation to create this safe bubble or this shield, whatever works for you. So I'll explain a little bit more once we start. I think that'd be easier. So if I can get us all to, does anybody mind? I'm going to put my sunglasses on. I'm really sorry, the glare from you're all going to have your eyes closed, aren't you? I'll wait till I've asked you to put your eyes closed and then I'll put my glasses on. That's okay. So if you're sitting like I am, if I can get you to be comfortable, shoulders are back and relaxed, feet are connected to the surface. If you've got your feet up, fantastic. If you're lying down, wonderful. Whatever works for you. Imagine that that sun is warm and comfortable upon you. Oh. Relax your jaw. Allow your tongue to drop into the bottom of your mouth. Relax your cheeks and forehead. And if you choose to and not done already, close your eyes. I'm just going to put my sunglasses on now, everybody, that's okay. There we go. Just take that moment. The sunshine right now is melting away any worries, any anxieties. Drinking in this moment to ourselves. Letting go of any tensions or worries. I think all of us together, let's take a really nice big deep breath in. So breathing in and breathing out. Nice relaxing breath in and letting go as you breathe out. Breathing in your own time. Just allowing yourself time to settle. Enjoying this moment of stillness and calm. Just take a moment now to scan our body from the top of our head down to our toes, and just notice any areas of stress or tension, and we're just going to notice them, send in some light, allow them to melt with the warmth of the sun, enjoying that cooling breeze upon our face. As we make our way down from the top of our head, if you haven't done already, slowly through your mind, just taking your time, just allowing any stresses and tensions to go. Relaxing the face, relaxing the scalp, truly letting go, knowing you're safe, knowing you're secure, knowing everything's going to be okay. Down through your shoulders, letting any tension down through your arms, down to your hands and out through your fingers. No need to carry anything that's no longer needed or no longer yours. Through your chest, allowing that warmth to just melt any troubles away. Down through your belly, your hips, your back, just relaxing as you go. letting go of anything that's no longer needed. Relaxing your thighs, letting go your calves, down to your ankles, into your feet, down into your toes. You've just joined us, good morning. Down into your feet, which is settling, relaxing, just letting go. Enjoying this moment of stillness, tranquility. As we're sitting here or lying here, just listening to the birds, feeling the warmth, knowing I'm secure. Knowing I'm safe. And in your mind's eye now, I want you to imagine a most beautiful bubble around you, or shield, whichever works for you. You can see through, you can breathe easily, but it's secure. And we'll know that as and when the time's ready that we do go out, we'll continue to look after ourselves. But we'll do it in a way that keeps us calm. We'll just be mindful of where we are. And if those that aren't being too mindful of themselves, then we'll just move ourselves away. We'll keep breathing and we'll keep calm. Feeling those shoulders relax. Just a gentle rise and fall of your chest. Allowing yourself this moment of calm, knowing it's going to be okay. Gentle rise and fall with each breath. Letting go of any tension in your shoulders. Your chest is comfortable. Your mind is slow. You're feeling good. You're feeling calm. Look around your bubble. Know that this is always within you. You can take this sense of safety with you wherever you go. Maybe in your bubble put that sense of gratitude that we've talked about, that sense of safety and love. So you can take those feelings with you. Focus on those when you go out. Keeping you grounded. Focusing on what's important to you. slowly. If you choose to, in your own time, come back to where you are today. If you choose to stay where you are, that's fine too. Just know that you'll awaken in your own time. You'll feel refreshed and ready for the rest of your day. If you're coming back with me now, slowly just come back into the room. You might want to wiggle your toes, wiggle your shoulders a little bit, wiggle in your chair. Have a nice, stretch. How was that? That was lovely. I've taken the sunglasses off now. I always like to just connect with you, which is why I don't have sunglasses on, other than when we've all got our eyes closed. Absolutely, Dawn. Sorry, I'm just looking at Dawn's put. Kind size, write them down if you want. I'll have a look at that afterwards, actually, Dawn. Sorry, it just flicked up. Thank you. I hope that helps. Can you please all do me a favour? Can you share this with anybody who is struggling at the moment, who is worrying themselves about going outside or what to do the next step? I understand it, I really do understand it, but I just think if we can start to share these things and do really small steps, have these little plans in our mind, and know, do you know what, if we get to the door and we don't go any further, that is all right. Because maybe tomorrow we'll get through the door. It is a process. We've been locked down for however long this has been now. It feels like 4 years. It's been a nice 4 years, I'll be honest with you, sat on this balcony talking to you all. But I know this has been, it's been a long time, isn't it? So to suddenly go, by the way, change, why would your mind work like that? So whatever it is you're feeling, it's valid. And I think that's really important. So please feel free once we've finished, or you can probably do yours now, to share this with people, or let them know, if you're just talking to them, and let them know that's what we're covering this week on here, if they're able to get here, or you can share afterwards, or if you know someone's at work right now, and you think this would be helpful to them. Oh, Julie, that was really good time. I'm just finishing, but it would be well worth watching, and also this would be really helpful for your friend who was struggling at getting out. So maybe this is something we can share. If you would like me to do a video on YouTube, please just let me know. If you know that people aren't on Facebook and can't get the video. Thank you, all of you. Big hugs. Can you all just give yourself a big hug, please? Thank you. I know I can't see you. I'm just presuming you're all doing it. No, I just think we forget, don't we, sometimes? But it's like to have a nice big hug. Thank you, Jim, for sharing the group show, and thank you so much. I think that's really important. I feel really strongly about this. I just want to help as many people as we can do. We don't want anybody. Oh, Julie, you don't need to be worrying about it. You've been shopping. I know you've been shopping. You said this morning. If you would watch it though, Miss Julie, and share this with your friend who was worrying about getting out. Big hugs. Oh, huggies. Thank you, Jess. Sending you hugs too. Big hugs, because it's mwah, mwah. Thank you, all of you. Don't forget, I've just remembered, 1 o'clock today, we have Miss Sarah, who's doing creative crafts from Creative Minds in Cheshire. So she's going to be at 1 o'clock. She posted yesterday, I think all that we need is a potato. I don't know, I don't do crafts, but I'd love you to meet her, and if we can show her our support as well, that would be fantastic. I'm just trying to get people involved now that we all want to. We've got the singing on Thursday, back at 1 o'clock on Thursday. I know what song it is, not going to spoil it. It's great. So looking forward to Thursday. I'm not sure if I've got a Zoom or not tomorrow. I will find out. Just reminded me to find out. But if you're able and you're free at 1 o'clock today, even if we don't join in, you are able to join in with the crafts. Just watch it, see what you pick up. It might be something that you can... Emma, can I bring me spud gun? I feel on that note, you're just naughty. Oh, you're just naughty. Have a wonderful day. If you can, check it out at 1 o'clock. I will see you, if not later, I will see you tomorrow morning for walk and mindfulness. Oh, is it 2 o'clock? Thank you, Lou. I'm glad you know what's going on. Sing is 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Have you changed it? Was it always 2 o'clock? Singing is 2 o'clock on Thursday. Art and craft is 1 o'clock today. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. See you soon. Bye.